Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela Web Dev. In this video, we will learn about the another concept, that is aliases in the Linux. So what is this aliases? Aliases are essentially shortcuts or the abbreviations for the longer commands or sequence of commands. For example, let's say that here we are having this, you type here, this is the command prompt, right? So we have customized our command prompt instead of that one. So let's go back to the old one only. So for that one, what I need to do is bash rc file. I need to open it and let's go to the bottom, and what I will try to do it is, if you go down into this one, so here I am moving into the down. So this is the thing, right? I have commented it out. So let's control x, and we need to restart the terminal by pressing like this. Yeah, or otherwise you can run the source also, which I have shown you in our previous video. So now this is our command prompt. We can also, if you want, you can also customize your command prompt. So if you try to check the man bash, so customizing the command prompt here, if you come down somewhere ps1, right? So you can search for the ps1. So ps1, you need to search for ps1 pattern not found, it is saying. So somewhere you will be having these all the customizing your command prompt. I didn't remember exactly. Somewhere you will be having. So okay, that's an out of thing, so I don't want to go too much into this one. So Q to quit. So we are learning about the aliases. So let's learn about the aliases. So I told you, right, it is essentially shortcuts for abbreviation for longer commands or sequence of the commands. This allows you to create your own custom commands to simplify repetitive tasks or to make complex commands easier to remember and type. For example, let's say that whenever you are trying to type, ls-l is the main thing. So if you run ll means automatically you will be able to see this one, right? Okay, so ll also you are able to see it. So this one is an alias command which has been added in the Linux Ubuntu by default itself. So I will try to show you where this has been added. So how aliases works actually? Definition means you define an alias by associating a name with a command or series of commands. For example, let's say that cd ... is there, let's assume. Okay, so we don't have any command alias for this one, right? So we can also mention alias ... is equal to cd ... You can mention it like this. So something like this you can mention. Okay, and here I can use like this space ... Let's try to do it. So if I type ... see, I am able to go one step backwards. So that is the benefit of this one. So if I am in the cd tilt, okay, and the cd desktop, if I move, and if I use ... means, so it moves to one step backwards. So that means I have created alias. So this alias, what I have did it is a temporary thing. Why? Because so if I go to a new command prompt and if I do ... means, so command not found it will tell. Whereas in this shell, in this tab only, it will be present. Why? Because I have created in this session only. So this is a temporary thing. Okay, with the alias, with a series of commands, you can mention it with the name, the alias. So when you type the alias name in the terminal, the shell replaces with the actual command you define. So types of aliases is, the first one is the temporary alias, which I have shown you. These exist only in the current terminal session. So they are lost when you close the terminal. And the another one is the permanent aliases. So these are stored in your shell configuration file. So that is nothing but .bash rc file and are available every time you open a new terminal. So where it is present is, so let's try to check this nano.bash rc file. Okay, so when you come little bit down like this, so you will be able to see some aliases. So by default I told you that ls, ll, these commands are added, right? So here you will be able to see ls itself is an alias for the ls -- color is equal to auto. So you are able to see it, right? So ls itself is an what I want to say is color auto. So the alias itself is a ls itself is an alias. And if you try to see here, these are the aliases. So ll means ls-alf and la means ls-a and only l means ls-cf. So these are the aliases, and like this you will be having the aliases. So if you want to add an alias means, so here you can write alias ... is equal to, so ... is equal to cd ... You can add it like this, Now if I try to control S and control X, if I do it, now it will be present in every terminal. So for example, I will try to read this .bash rc. Okay, now it has been read. Now if you try to do this dot dot, it will go to the home. And now here also if you try to do the dot dot, still it is saying command not found. So we need to do this source thing. Sorry, where is this source? So we don't have the source dot bash rc, or otherwise if you open the terminal then it will work. So now if I try to do the dot dot, so it is going one step back. See, so if you open a new terminal, all the time alias will be opened. So this is the bash rc. So whenever you want to mention the aliases permanently in your terminal, means whenever you open a new tab or anything, means you need to mention in the .bash rc file. So we also know about the ll and all those things, right? So ll is there and small l is there. And if you want to check what is this alias for this one, means you can mention type l and it will tell you that l is alias to ls-cf. So that means I can write type dot dot. So then it will tell you that dot dot is alias to the cd space dot dot. So like this you can create the aliases. So that is one thing. So in the bash rc file, if you add it, then it will be automatically whatever is a permanent alias it will become. So example of some useful alias I already told you, right? ll, it is an alias for ls-l, and so cls will be there. So type cls if you try to see. So type cls is not there, right? So you can add some what I can say is aliases, you can add it. So that's it. Benefits of this alias means it will save the time and effort, and it will customize your workflow and increases the productivity. So that's it. And apart from that, before closing of this one, so we also have another file, that is bash_aliases file. In Ubuntu, default bash configuration .bash_aliases is a file specifically designed to store your custom command aliases. While you can technically put aliases directly in your main bash rc file, using bash aliases provides a few advantages. One is organization, clarity, and the flexibility. So that means what I want to explain to you is, so whenever I open this .bash rc file, okay, so if you, so control X, so where I am, yeah, cd, will go to the home page and nano.bash rc file. So whenever I open here, so if you come down, you will be able to see bash alias thing. So if and else like that, you will be able to see it. Yeah, here. If bash_aliases file is present, then read from the bash_aliases it is saying. So that means, so instead of mentioning all the things in the bash rc file, you can mention these all aliases and all those things in the what I want to tell is in the bash_aliases file. So that means, so if you try to open nano.bash_aliases, okay, aliases. So this is the file, and here you can mention that alias dot dot is equal to cd dot dot. You can mention it like this, and you can mention control X, and here you will be able to get it. Now let's try to read this file again. Why? Because so we are not opening this. If you open again command prompt means then it will work. So now if you try to do again the dot dot, so it will work. So now this time it is reading from the bash_aliases. So what is this bash_aliases means? Instead of writing all the aliases files in the .bash rc file, it is better to separate of concern. So you can separate all those aliases and you can write in one file, that is nothing but bash_aliases file. So just it's another file, so that you can have a clear understanding, separation of the aliases into a separate file. That's it. So normally you can find this bash_aliases file in your home directory. So by default your main bash rc file already includes a line to automatically source the bash aliases file. It exists. This means that whenever you open a new terminal, your aliases defined in the bash aliases will be definable. So that's the main thing. So hope you understood about this concept. So bash rc file and bash_aliases file, you hope you understood about this one. So this is all about the alias thing. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.